This is the Renaissance Men podcast. It's time to go big or go home. Now, here is your host, Stuart Garrett.
Yes, we're back. Good evening. We are back. It is the Renaissance Men podcast, episode 209. It's been a while, but I am delighted to say and welcome my good friend, my brother. It's Jimmy the Sainter.
We are back, Stu. There's my children. I've missed you. I've missed you, people of Earth. I am.
You go.
It did deserve that. It did deserve that. We're back, Stu. I'm so happy to be back. I'm very excited. Very excited to be back.
Mm-hmm.
New surroundings.
New look studio for Jimmy the Saint.
Yeah.
It's gone even more right wing there with the Queen peering over your shoulder, almost leering at you from the rear.
Yeah. That's how I like to live my life. Just always thinking that the Queen is watching.
Yeah, well, she does look threatening.
I think she looks cheeky.
Do you think so? Okay, a little cheeky.
No.
Yeah, she does have a little cheeky grin, doesn't she?
She looks like she's going, there he is. Hello.
She don't look like that now. I'll say that.
Hello.
I'll give her that.
No, she don't look. Oh no,
just as stiff, to be fair. But
as me, well, she'll be full of formaldehyde, and they'll probably put a little bit more in. They'll stitch her lips up. Oh,
do they do that?
Yeah, because otherwise, if they're like that in an open coffin, and you go and you go and say, "I'm gonna miss you, Queen," they go,
exhale, just a whimpering, like a I don't know, a gust.
You go, eat a breath mint.
Have a breath mint. Your breath is like death.
They do fart as well, corpses as well, don't they? So they have to stop the arsehole.
Huh.
No. You know that corpses fart. No.
Did you just say they sew up the arsehole?
Yeah.
Telling me the Queen's arsehole was stitched up.
Super glue, sellotape, staples, I don't know. Pick your poison. But you know that corpses fart because of all the gas being expelled. Usually, I think by the time the funeral's done, funerals go in, they're like, they've got rid of their Sunday lunch. But
who knew, hey? I certainly didn't. God rest her soul. Here's to the Queen. I'm drinking London gin, Tesco's finest London gin.
I'm drinking Tesco's finest Pinot Grigio.
I got 4 of these buggers. Look at that.
Stu, you're going to be hammered.
I think I might be, but
it's a celebration. We're back.
It bloody is, mate. I was trying to calculate this, and I think it was June, like end of June, maybe early July was the last time we both spoke. I did a solo show, which was awful, but
no, it was great. Let's not focus on the past, Stu. Let's focus on the now and the future.
Yep. Jimmy the Saint. Well, it's been a while, as I alluded to. What the hell? What have been some of the highlights for you since we last spoke?
Well, one of the highlights was I've just been drinking with some random men. Yeah, just drinking generally. I was just drinking with some random men after finishing my shift in the mines. These were just older men. And when I said my age, they were older men, so I didn't want to, and they were buying me drinks, so I didn't want to say I identify as someone with no age because they might not have
forgotten about that,
understood, or they may have just picked me up and thrown me out of where I was. But they just kept buying me drinks, and when I said my age in terms of Earth round the sun, they were like, "Oh, you're a baby." I was like, "Yeah, I am." I felt like a little twink. It was lovely, Stu. But apart from that, what have I been up to? Standard, working, life, steering off depression, the usual things that we have to do in England in this world. But one of the biggest highlights, Stu, and I'm hoping it's still a highlight, is I
Mhm.
became friends on Facebook with Shaken Stevens. Right? It did deserve that. You're right. Shaken Stevens. And this happened because I'm friends with various comedians from the past. I don't mean like Les Dawson. I mean like
Ross
when
Abbott.
I used to write stand up in London, like I'm connected
God,
to people who are now famous and I'm not.
It's been 5 minutes and he's already name dropping his
What, Les Dawson?
yeah.
But I did. I get friend request, not requests, suggestions, and Super Hands from Peep Show was one of them.
Yep.
I went, yes, please, and he accepted, and I was like, that's hilarious. And one of his friends was Shaken Stevens, which I requested, and he accepted, and then me and him back and forth. So I'm going to, whilst we're live on the show, send Shaken a message.
Okay.
And if he responds, which he did to my last one, because I said, your music has shaped my life.
This old house.
And he said, like, always nice to meet a fan, but like his spelling was dreadful. I'm worried if Shaken was a prediction of his future self. Okay, my friend requests, no.
Oh lordy.
People I may know. No, all my friends. Okay. I'm gonna send him now.
Have you been blocked? You've been blocked.
Now, for some reason he's not coming up. Okay. No, because I've got messages from him. So let me check my messages and see where Shaken is.
User doesn't exist. That's what my money's on. Yep.
Well, it's been replaced by just the words Facebook user.
He's gone. He's gone.
Oh my God, he has. He's
been catfished.
No, because Super Hands from Peep Show was friends with him as well. I mean, the last message I said was, "Hi, Shaken. You've been the soundtrack to so many of my happy memories. Thank you." He said, "Thank you for your love and support for me." He spelt "for me" wrong. Okay. So I think the opportunity of having Shaken Stevens live on the podcast is gone.
Lovely stuff. Oh dear.
I'm really
live
sorry
catfishing. My honest thoughts are both Shaken Stevens and Super Hands, and probably a litany of other celebrities that you've got on your friends list are fake.
Right. That's bullshit. Because I'm connected to a lot of comedians who are now famous because they weren't when I knew them.
Because they knew me.
No, like Tim Key. Like Stu, I can list. I know. But I don't know where Shaken Stevens has gone. Okay, I'm gonna have to message someone else now, aren't I?
Right. Why should you? Let's acknowledge everything that's going down on the chat, because there's some live reaction to your quest for more friends. Phoenix says he will probably welcome Phoenix, by the way. He will probably reply saying he's stuck overseas on business. He's lost his wallet, so can he transfer $5,000 into his bank account so he can get home? Highly likely. And I love. Well, that was a lovely highlight, wasn't it? Just that's the highlight of Jimmy's 3 months was a fake message from Shaken. Sir, is he Sir Shaken Stevens? It feels like he should be a sir.
Why?
I don't know. Contributions to rockabilly and denim. I don't know.
Denim, hell yeah.
Who else we got in? We've got Neil. Welcome. Our two dependables, Neil and
I miss Neil.
Yeah, we've all missed Neil. Doolan, the Lord is in the house. Welcome, Lord Doolan. It's like old times, isn't it? And my wife is in the chat. Welcome, Amanda.
No way.
Yeah, Amanda's dog sitting at the moment, so she is in another abode. Wow. It's like we're practicing pre-divorce. It's weird.
You enjoyed it?
It's brilliant. Also loving that magic is in the background. I should say that cat is alive.
Right, that's a
It's not
cat.
dead. Yeah.
I thought it was just. I thought it was like a pair of your pants that you just left, and then it moved because of the I don't know
Excess dirt.
brush that was just lying in it. The fungus just got it to creep like the blob.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a cat. Unbelievable.
It is a cat. Yeah, that's magic. So, any other highlights, Jimmy? Is that your main highlight from the last 3 months?
No, I've got more. I've got more than just a man who can't talk to us. I can't believe. Honestly, I spoke to Shake and that's unbelievable. What else have I done? Oh,
it says you went to Norfolk. You go to Norfolk.
I went to Norfolk with my family, with my mum, dad, sister, brother-in-law, and nephew. That was fun. They were there for a week. I managed 2 days before Trivial Pursuit sort of ended the trip. I mean, when you're still playing Trivial Pursuit at midnight, and your mum is having a go at your dad for
Good Lord.
talking over her. When
start?
you're already having a conversation, it's not good.
Well, yeah. When did you start this game?
Oh, early. Like it took a long time to.
You've only got to get like 5 segments or something, haven't you? It's like
yeah, I think some of us. Well, I was going to say I think we were too drunk to win. I think that was the main issue. And sports always gets everyone in my family because we're not sports people. We're not like you, Stu, who loves the football. Yeah. We struggle on sports. But another highlight was I had a lovely stay in a caravan. Good friend of the show, Johnson Mescal Modeler, hooked me up in a caravan. But the problem was the weather. If you haven't got covers, it's so cold. And he just said, yeah, stay in this caravan for the night. So me and a good friend of mine, Lee Baker, stayed in this caravan with no covers. It was just a mattress on a bed. And the only thing we could find was net curtains. And for some reason, it was like the coldest night of the year in the summer. And we're under net curtains looking like a rubbish mummy. It's wrapped around you, shaking in the same, Shaking Stevens. It's connected. Yeah. And we're in the same bed, like, Jesus Christ. And we're like, we need something else on us. And the only thing we could get was the sofa cushions from the banquette. But they're solid. They're not cushions. They're solid things. So we had to Jenga them on top of us.
Yeah. So
we were laying in this bed covered in net curtains so you could see through it with Jenga banquette cushions on top of it, which if one of you tried to pull on yourself, it would come up off the other person. So the other person pulled it down. What's your concern, Stu?
Pulling yourself off whilst you're in a bed with another man, really, in a caravan. Sorry? You said you were pulling things off.
Yep. All right, come on, Stu. It's 2024, man. Like, if people want to pull each other off, we didn't pull each other off. We just pulled the banquette cushion, which raised it that side, and then he'd put it back, and up it would go the way levers work. And we've never had a worse night's sleep in our life. I woke up at one point, and he was connected to me like a barnacle, and I was like, "Bud, you're really close." And he went, "It's the warmest I've been all night."
Exactly. Got to share each other's body warmth,
That's what the SAS do, don't they? When they're freezing in the ice.
Apparently so, yeah.
They strip off.
Yep.
They get banquette cushions. And away they go.
Away they go. It's an approved technique, I think. I
guess that's been a highlight. I mean, from shaking in a caravan to Shaking Stevens.
Brilliant.
I'm so upset that Shaken has defriended me on Facebook. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna message someone. I'm gonna message Superhands and get a message from Matt King.
You do that,
just so we can get something of content of a celebrity on the show.
Watch this space. I was going to say something else. What the hell?
How have you been, Stu?
I've
I've ages.
I've been okay. I've kind of been muddling through the summer. It's been as we parents do. Summer holidays was pretty fraught, pretty expensive, but we got through it and we shoved them back off to school come September. Yeah, I've been. It's like I've had a renaissance, forgive the term, in my life. I've started running, Jimmy the Same, like Forrest Gump. One day, it just felt like running.
I'm so happy for that.
How amazing is it? I mean, look at me. I'm a
Look at
potato,
you.
a self-confessed potato. I'm still doing Slimmer World, still eating the cosmic whips, granted, probably one too many. But I'm now running. So my innards feel good. My
Great.
innards. Yeah.
And you know I love running.
I know you do.
I love it.
As we saw on a recent shorts where you came across when you
swans
come up against a couple. You met a couple of swans whilst running.
Jesus Christ! How long are you okay?
I'm fine.
You bet. Swans.
So yeah, I've been running. I've been following a plan called None to Run. Right. So this takes
None to Run.
Yeah, not nuns on the run. Yeah, I get dressed up in a habit and just go running.
I can so see you dressed as a nun.
It's a strange. When I think about it, it is a strange program, but no, None to Run. So it takes those who are, I guess,
rotund.
I was going to go with athletically challenged.
Yep, that's what they'd call it these days.
Those that have done no running at all, and gets them to a point where they can run for 25 minutes solid without a break. And
Stu, are you telling me you've run
at the end of the program?
So, how far have you run, and for how long?
Well, I'll tell you what I've done. I can now run for 20 minutes with no break.
It's incredible.
For me.
Not for you, for anyone.
Yeah.
20 minutes running is hard.
In terms of the whole program, I have run a total of 90.32 kilometers, and that's 30 runs. And I started at the start of August. So
I haven't got any noise to make, but you deserve a round of applause.
Can I give myself a clap?
Of course you can, because I'm saying do it. That's incredible, Stu. I've got friends who can't get to the folly. There's a lot of people who are embarrassed about going out running because they think people are going to look at them. And it's mental, because if you're someone who looks at someone running and goes,
"What a twat."
You're the horrible one. Just go. Indeed. Like, I've never, if I see anyone run, I go, brilliant, good for you. So it's so good, Stu.
Thank you.
It's a start, man. Like, keep going. It's so much fun running. Had some comments in the comment section.
Only homosexuals run. Everyone knows that. That's okay.
Okay. You don't like my music. Well, okay. Well, there you go. We'll go with that. Hey, they're watching.
I will say, I know it's a viewer. I don't care. I will say that I was inspired to do this by Amanda. So she started us off, and I thought
you was going to say by like Wayne Sleep or a homosexual.
Yeah. So she inspired me to start the program, and we've
had comments from Phoenix, Stu, Amanda, Lee Baker in the house.
Half a marathon when whoop whoop. Run Stewie run. Thank you, Amanda. Lee says, "Welcome, Lee." What a lovely. Oh, it was a lovely night's sleep. Okay, confirming.
That really cold. It wasn't a lovely night's sleep. No. It was freezing. It was like being in ice cubes.
Phoenix with a lovely comment. I think Jimmy in the caravan has been the highlight. What's going on with this? Jimmy in the caravan. What's going?
Well,
Jimmy in the caravan has been the
highlight of my summer. Well, Miss Phoenix, you could have come and had a night in the caravan but you're in Wales, aren't you? But you would have been more than welcome. And if I'm there next summer, you're more than welcome to come down and have a night. Platonic, obviously.
It would need a ramp, wouldn't it?
Why?
She's in a wheelchair.
Is she? I haven't got a ramp.
She's not in a wheelchair. Do you remember you thought she was housebound? We had this conversation.
No, but why would you say that?
I told her it's fine. It's a running gag. Well, pardon the expression.
What, a wheeling gag?
Yeah.
Jesus. Miss Phoenix, you're welcome whenever. You horrible, horrible man. You made me panic that I didn't have a ramp and my caravan was not wheelchair accessible.
Oh, my Lord.
Phoenix, you are welcome, and Stu is not.
Apart from that, like I say, running, we've been going 10 years. The Renaissance Men this past summer passed 10 years of producing this quality content. We was going to do a whole blowout and do all that, but why not? What's the point, to be honest?
We'll get there.
But what I have done is there are links. There are various ways you can download and stream all our archive content. So like all episodes from episode 1. If you go in the chat, there's links to the archive page that we have on Internet Archive. I think that's what it's called. And of course the Botchcast. So if you love your wrestling, we did a whole load of wrestling podcasts back in the day. Yeah, so there's a whole means and ways. We did have a plan, a whole celebration, but things went to pot.
Stu,
they tend
stop
to.
talking about the sausage. We'll do celebrations. We could lie to people. We could say, hey, we've hit 10 years and it could be 12 years down the line. Stop telling them how the sausage is made, Stu. It's fine.
I can't. Yeah, that's me, innit? That's what I do.
Oh, my God. Is that what it was like when you met your wife? Hi, Amanda. Let me tell you about my sexual encounters. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. I was going to celebrate my sexual encounters with you by opening up a can of Lucasade, but I'm not going to do it tonight. But are we good to go?
Oh dear, that's
Stop
very
apologizing to the masses.
You don't like my music. What's wrong with caravans? That sounds a bit classist.
Well, Stu, if that's to you, tell them. Tell them how much you like caravans.
Who is that? Do you know who that is? Who is you don't like my music?
No, but I like them.
Looks like Superhands. Is it Superhands?
No, imagine that if it was
Superhands live.
I have messaged him. He hasn't replied yet.
He also says Americans go camping, Europeans hire caravans.
Interesting. But you love the idea of a caravan, don't you?
I do. It's my retirement plan. Yeah,
it's your retirement plan.
Absolutely. Retire at 60, buy a caravan, live on it. Even if it is one of those caravan parks which is only open for 10 months of the year, you just go on holiday for 8 weeks. Maybe a cruise or something. That's the plan.
And you like cruises now. Let me tell you a story. Friend of a friend of mine said, me and my wife are going to sell our house and we're going to buy a caravan. And they moved to they did it. They moved to a caravan. They spent £100,000 on this caravan. So they got a proper lodge, lovely one. 9 months in, they went, I don't want to do this. This was this is a shit idea. And they said to the caravan site, yeah, we're out. Can we sell it? And they went, yeah, you got to sell it to us. And they went, okay. So 9 months ago, we gave you 100 grand. What are you going to give us? They went, 70.
No,
they lost 30 grand in 9 months.
Wow, they depreciate like a fucker.
You got to be smart. You got to be smart when it comes to caravan buyage.
Got to be smart. Yeah. One final thing. I know I spoke about it before we kind of took our break, but I am now coaching a under-8s football team, Benjamin's football team. First game that I kind of helped out with, we lost 7-3, I think it was, or 8-3. So plenty of work to do. My motivation didn't work, obviously. Tactics didn't work. Coaching clearly didn't work, but yeah, room to improve.
Loads of room to improve. I remember you debating this months ago whether you should do it or not, and I said do it, of course.
I took the plunge because I thought it'd be good for both myself and Benjamin, both myself in improve my social skills with strangers and little people, and both for Benjamin, for him to kind of get more.
There are a lot of dwarves in Ipswich.
Little dwarves, and I meant children. And for Benjamin to get him, playing a bit better and just enjoying it a bit more, and having me there to support him a bit better. So, and it's worked. It's done that job. So, I think I'm glad I did it. We'll wait and see.
I think I'm
But in
glad I-
good news, I passed the DBS checks. So happy days.
Is that the pedo check?
Yeah.
And Stu,
Mm.
speaking of pedos,
Oh, what a segue. What a
You're welcome.
segue. Although it might be segue too soon. Oh, no, let's do it. No, should we do it?
well, we got there.
Okay,
When
let's do it.
segues happen naturally, sometimes you should just roll with them.
We'll roll with it. Yeah, let's talk about some hot potato news in a segment we like to call The Week in Geek. Yeah, that was a segue, not to sniff at. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
In pedo news, God, this summer, wasn't it? Oh,
Well, people out there, do you know what, Stu? We
Hmm.
people out there know we cannot monetize this video because we use words like pedo, sex pest,
Hmm.
child. There's loads of words you can't use in YouTube to get monetized. It's crazy.
Yeah.
If you say the word dead, you're in trouble. Do you know that?
No,
You have to say unalive.
that's ridiculous.
Oh, it's political correctness gone mad, Stu. But in the massive story that's going on at the moment, which is shook the world, the entertainment industry by storm, is of course that P Diddy is a P diddler.
Yeah, okay, do we? I don't want to get into any legal hot water. I don't have much in the savings, so I can't really afford to defend myself in court. Should we
Against P
preface
diddler.
this?
So what?
Yeah.
What? You tell us what you've heard, Stu. What's the story? Allegedly,
Okay, let me open this link.
He did it was
Do you know,
that-
I don't really know. I've kind of been on the outside of this.
oh,
So
you're one of those guys, are you?
yeah, man. Oh, hold on. Let me.
I still listen to his music. I still enjoy it.
I can separate the artist from the crime.
Well, Puff Daddy basically has come into a lot of track. There he is. Look,
There he is. There's a
good
swine.
actor. He's very funny when he's in TV shows and films and stuff.
So Diddy's list of accomplices to be named in next lawsuit and their household names. So what is this list that he's got? So he held parties and he like strange.
His parties were famous for being
Yeah.
like outrageous, and people regularly got asked, and they go, "Oh, I can't say that. I can't." I saw an interview, not an interview. Ashton Kutcher was on. I think he was on Hot Ones. You know, the chicken wing.
Yep.
Interview show. Oh God, I could go some chicken wings. Where he's getting asked about it, he's like, well, I can't talk about that one because that happened. I can't talk about that one. And loads of people have been to parties at Diddy's because he spends millions on massive parties. But this is the problem. At some of his parties, clearly, he went, well, maybe he went nuts and had lots of hookers, lots of transsexual hookers, lots of dildos, lots of lubricants, potentially minors, sex trafficking, all your favorite things, Stu. Your Christmas wish list.
Amanda, if Benjamin is watching, just kind of usher him into the bedroom. You know, just kind of.
Well, no.
Choice of words.
Amanda knows he shouldn't be watching. Usher him in. P Diddy him into the bedroom. So all of these horrendous things he's been apparently doing for years, and obviously a lot of celebrities went to his parties because if you were a celeb and you go, P Diddy goes, you should come to one of my parties. Obviously, you'd go. Of course, you'd go.
I'd go. Would you go?
Well, yeah. Well, maybe not now. But
no, you should say
4 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago,
okay.
if P Diddy went, you should come. I go, yeah, obviously. But lots of things kicked off, and I think there's potentially a list. He's also rumored to have filmed a lot of stuff. So a lot of sexual content with various celebrities, with prostitutes, or this type of thing. And the biggest thing for me, the biggest rumor is his alleged abuse of Justin Bieber.
No.
You know the Biebs?
I know of him, yes.
Yep. So apparently there's that, like, he got him involved with stuff when he was like 15. And I mean, Hollywood's always been a horrible place. We've known this for quite a while now due to like Corey Feldman and you know, all this outing of Michael Jackson and all of these things. But this P. Diddy stuff, yeah, and he's got like the FBI at his place. Like, it's not good, Stu. It's not good for your favorite artist.
My favorite rap artist, Diddy. P. Diddy or didn't he? Really is the question.
Good. Well, I think it's quite obviously he
Well,
did.
Who do we think? I just want to know who's in the megaverse. Do you mean the metaverse, Amanda? Good.
Are you saying we should make a list of who we think is going to get caught up in?
Well, no, that's probably not. That's probably not something we should do. But there is a list apparently. And
well, shoot, we've got a lot of comments, so we should go back and acknowledge them because I did say we would acknowledge them stupidly.
Okay, that's fine. Pedo news. Good lord, that's where we're back. Phoenix, we are back. Yep. Diddlers is still allowed. I think that's in reference to the word YouTube allows.
Yeah, we'll stick with that.
Allegedly. So yeah. 1,000. Oh, yes, right. He had 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah, and like 200 dildos, and like, to me that's not a lot, but you know, to the regular person.
Diddy was the worst rapper ever and never produced a beat in his life.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Intravenous hydration for keeping everyone conscious.
Yeah, so this is something that's come out. Apparently he was giving people like what they call drips to keep people awake and stuff.
Leo DiCaprio. That's Phoenix saying that. If you want to go after someone, go after her.
No, but Leo would have gone. Of course he would have. Who wouldn't have gone to a P. Diddy party until you knew it was a pedo party?
Very good. So we're Phoenix. They're speculating that Leo's on the list. Lee Blackburn, Jacko was. Oh,
Jacko was a good pedo.
No, I'm not having that. No, I'm in the Jacko was innocent camp for me.
Oh, but I think that's what Lee's saying. What's a good pedo?
Well, no, I read that as he was a good pedo, as in he was good. He was good at doing it. He could hide things really well.
Yeah, he was an accomplished.
Oh, gee,
I'd say if you're going down that route, the best pedo was Savile, because he hid everything till the day he died. But I think what it means is you can still enjoy his music. Let's carry on with the P. Diddy stuff before we have to go down that.
I'm just simply listing my favorite actors list from the Titanic. I love it. That's a brilliant defense. Brilliant. Yeah. So there's a list out there, according to the lawyer who is now representing cases on behalf of 120 alleged victims of Diddy's diddling, and the names will shock you. Quote. And the day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs. And there's a lot of names. It's a long list already, but because of the nature of this case, we are going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that.
120 alleged victims of there won't be many people in Hollywood that haven't been to a party at Diddy's. Men, mostly, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, obviously. That's gonna, but it's like Epstein's Island. Yep. You know, lots of people went to Epstein's Island because they were invited to an island. People like Beyonce is on the list. I don't think that Beyonce was getting with kids.
Well, don't some of your lot, the right wing nut jobs, think that there's a satanic cult led by Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Oh, really?
Apparently, I'm sure I've read that somewhere.
Pick up for her.
Yeah, and it's all part of the Hollywood satanic cult that's going down. I know it's weird, man. It's bringing out all kinds of nut jobs. The Queen's on the list.
I don't know why.
A Queenie's on there.
It's gross. It's bloody gross. This P. Diddy stuff. I mean, I love it when they get called out. Like, it's brilliant. Yeah, I love it when a rich person goes down.
Yeah.
But it's for sure. It's crazy. And I listened to a lady chatting the other day on my YouTube shorts as I brushed my teeth. It's talking about Jamie Foxx and how Jamie Foxx would have parties. And I love Jamie Foxx. But he'd have these parties where there was loads of women and loads of men, and the men would all be hooking up with the women and kissing them and cuddling them and shaking Stevens. And then at 12 o'clock, all the women had to take their clothes off. And
Mm.
some of them would be trans with willies, and some of them wouldn't. And that was the theme of the party. You know, sometimes you have like cheese and wine. This was pun, please, Stu.
Cock and
This
balls.
was cock and balls. Well, I'd prefer it if it rhymed with cheese and wine. This
Peens
was
and
teens and
no peens. I've got nothing.
Peens.
I've got nothing.
No, peens is good. Peens and crime. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
And then also, I'm not going to go into that actually.
No.
But yeah, so this is apparently what Jamie Foxx bit, and I hope it's not true. I'm going to say allegedly because I'm a big fan of Jamie Foxx.
This all seems a bit fantastical to me. Like
what fantastic? As if you'd
not
like
fantastic. No, fantastical. You know, it seems too bad to be true. Too grotesque to be true.
No,
surely we're better as a society than this.
No, we're not. We're worse than this.
Okay,
we are worse than this.
You're probably right.
Probably there.
Tom Hanks,
the best of us. We've got some comments in the comments section.
Not sure what parties you go to, but we usually play Uno at the one side.
I'm coming.
Uno.
As long as I've got wheelchair access, I'm coming. Unbelievable.
Whatever happened to Epstein's list? Perhaps this is one big list. They're just gonna like have a list off, like just unravel them in court.
Well, Stu, I watched an interview the other day with my man Donald Trump, and they said to him, "If you're elected, will you release the JFK documents?" He went, "Yeah." And they said, "Will you release the something else documents?" Can't remember what it was. He was like, "Yeah, obviously." And they went, "Will you release the or declassify the Epstein documents?" And he went, "Yep, promise." No, but he said he would. Said he would. So if Trump gets in, we get the Epstein documents, Stu.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear.
What else we got?
From American pedos to some more closer to home. Hugh Edwards.
Oh, we're sticking with the pedos.
Well, we'll just the Hugh Edwards stuff went down as well.
Pedogeddon.
Yep, and you know he announced old Queenie's death, didn't he? He was that kind of entrenched in the kind of the BBC mafia. He was the go-to guy for announcing like big important news.
Yep.
And turns out that he was caught with a load of dodgy pics on his hard drive and didn't go to prison. He got a slap on the wrist.
6 months. What's that? 6 months suspended sentence? What does that mean? So in the, you're in the law enforcement.
Like if he does it again, then it's kind of like, well, you go to prison for 6 months, or you do something to breach that suspended sentence.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so he hasn't got to prison. Probably won't go to prison. Yeah,
he won't go to prison because they haven't got the room. They just released 10,000
it's true
convicted felons, some by accident, who went out and immediately stabbed someone again and went, "Oh, what, me? Yeah, I should have stayed in."
We always like to go back to a segment from The Simpsons, and I just liken this to Snake just opening the back door.
That's what I was picturing.
Out he goes. Bye.
Bye. Yeah. It made me feel good about my life choices, Stu. To be honest, I was like, well, I'm not going to prison. And when I say my life choices, I just obviously mean financially rather than anything untowards.
Oh, lordy. But so Hugh's career is over.
Can we
bloody Schofield. He was back on the telly this week.
Can we bring up the picture of Hugh Edwards' bum?
Of course.
Do you want to bring that up? Lovely comment from You Don't Like My Music. Says Savile was the most successful, for sure. So he's used the word successful. I agree. Simply being an acquaintance of Epstein is not indictable.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Whatever happened to the Epstein list? Yeah, not sure what parties you go to. Uno, declassified, lost. I mean, that should be list, Miss Phoenix. Declassified list with his name tip-xed out by Trump. He wouldn't know he had to.
Did you? Speaking of Trump, just briefly, did you see his answer to decreasing crime in the US?
No.
Basically, to hold 1 day of intense violence where people can just take out. Basically, the purge.
The Purge.
He clearly watched the purge.
No, he
the night
didn't
before.
say that.
He did say that. He did. Trump wants the purge.
Now, Stu, as you know,
oh God, you're going to say
I'm
this
not-
is a viable
I'm
idea,
not-
aren't you? Jesus Christ.
Stu,
Yeah, go on.
I make jest about my right-wing persuasions. I'm not that. I'm nothing, to be honest. I think the world is going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
But when you think about what's going on with the wars in different places, with Iraq and Iran and Russia and China and all of these things,
Mm-hmm.
do you, Stu,
Yep.
honestly think that Kamala Harris would be intimidating to any of those people who are in charge over there at all? And do you honestly think that Trump would not be a better suited person to deal with that stuff? I'm not saying it's a good thing that they're the options, but they are the options. And Trump, who is mad, who hands he handed someone a picture of his house, didn't he? One of the Iranian sort of fucking or Afghani terrorists. I don't know. I don't want to be racist, but he went, that's your house. We know where you live. Carry on doing that, and we're gonna fucking bomb your house.
Did he really do that?
Yeah, he did do that. He's mad. He's not mad. He's a very smart businessman, and he's horrible. Unfortunately, sometimes you need a pit bull in a dogfight, and all of those horrible men, China, Russia, sometimes you need
one on your side. Is that what you're saying? You need a bastard on your side.
Sometimes, Stu.
I can't argue with that.
I used to love going out of the rugby team.
Yeah.
Because if I ever got in any trouble, it was taken care of very fucking quickly.
Yeah. So you.
It is me. It is me. But unfortunately, that's, I remember one time I'm not going to say his name, but I was dancing with a girl and a bloke came over and he gave me a lot of shit and and I walked back to my friends and one of my mates went, "What's wrong?" And I said, I was giving some shit. "Who by?" I was like, "Oh, that bloke over there." Before I knew it, the guy was frog marched over to me, went, "This fucking guy?" And I went, "Yeah, that was him." And he went, "Apologise to my fucking friend." And he went, "Sorry." I went, "It's okay." And he went, "Right, now fuck off." And
like
off
a
he
Mafia
went.
Don. It's brilliant.
Well, you say it. Unfortunately, sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah. Bada bing, bada boom.
I know for some reason we've got onto Trump. I think he's an awful person, but unfortunately, it's a horrible world. And
I do get what you're saying, and I think I side with you. I think I side with you. I know. I can't. Yeah, it's true. I kind of started to side a little bit towards Donald Trump.
Wow, are we now a right? But this is the problem. I don't like him. He's not nice. I don't agree with all his stuff. But it's the options and it's the horrible world that's out there. Sometimes you've got to side with the bastard.
Better the devil you know. That's what I'm saying. It. Yeah.
Well, there we go. It's official. Change our colours, Stu, to red with white. Make America great again.
Now,
I think we're going to have lost a load of viewers.
I know, yeah, probably, but never mind. Now, who are you referring to here, Phoenix? Which twat are we talking about? Are we talking about Hugh Edwards, Trump, P. Diddy? There's a litany of them we were just talking about.
They all should have gone to prison.
And that is it, isn't it? Imagine Trump being your country's best option.
Hugh
says it
Edwards
all,
should have
really.
gone to one of those. Now, the thing with you, imagine Trump being your country's best. I know, right? Yeah, it's horrendous.
Mm.
But unfortunately, that's it. That's why The Rock should be president, or Vince McMahon.
We've got to do it. That's a great segue.
Are we going to go there? The
Let's
Battle
go
of the
there.
Billionaires.
Yeah. Let's segue into, which we're speaking about, cunty billionaires. Something we've both watched this week, or since we've last spoken, Jimmy is saying, is the Mr. McMahon documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
This released, say, 2-3 weeks ago, and it was billed as like a, the documentary to end all documentaries about Vince McMahon, the head honcho of the WWE at the time, the genius businessman, the creative genius of the WWE. And John Simmons, welcome to the chat. He's having a poo. Welcome. We're talking Vince McMahon now, John. And this was a tell-all documentary.
I don't think they told enough, but
no,
I'd say tell some. Some.
It's kind of billed as being right. This is the documentary to end all documentaries on Vince, though, wasn't it? It was. Yeah. We getting stories that Vince hated it. He wanted to buy it and just burn the prints. He just did not like it and approve it at all. It was being produced by Netflix, who were taking over the what's the word? The streaming rights for the WWE in the States and across the world as well. So. Yeah, how were they going to play it? Was it going to be a puff piece about Vince? Was it going to be critical about him? Was it going to mention anything about the sordid sexual assault allegations against him that recently come to pass? And wow, what did we get, Jimmy? What did we get? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, Vince McMahon, he's up there with Trump, and probably not enough people know him, because if you're not a wrestling fan, you probably don't know Vince McMahon. You probably know Hulk Hogan, The Rock, John Cena, maybe. But Vince is the genius behind wrestling. He has made wrestling what it is. This multi-billion-dollar industry that's produced people like The Rock, who has become the highest paid actor of all time, Cena, Dave Bautista. He's an absolute genius. He came from a trailer park. And I would say to anyone, wrestling fan or not, to watch a documentary on Netflix, because it's extremely interesting to see just an industry. It would be the same as watching an industry, a documentary, about Harvey Weinstein, right? If you like films or whatever, you're going to watch this and the growth and how he got big and how he did everything with just the world watching and just carried on and people around him. I think it was a good documentary for people who want to get in. No, for people who are just slightly interested in this world. For a wrestling fan, I don't think it was a good documentary. I don't think we learned anything new.
No, it glossed over a lot, I think.
For me, a lot.
It was very much focused more on the WWE as a company, as an entity, rather than Vince. Kind of really only went into Vince at the start and maybe at the end, like kind of, when it was detailing his upbringing, which I hadn't really heard about, and that I found that really quite interesting.
Yes,
and his relationship with his dad, Vince Senior, and like the last episode or two, where it kind of then focused on his relationship with his kids, Stephanie and Shane. But other than that, it just felt a bit like promotional fluff. Like, here's Vince, and this is this magnificent product that this creative genius has created. There's a few controversies dashed here and there, but we'll gloss over those. Yes, they kind of, at the end, they go into the controversies around the recent allegations against him. But again, let me get rid of this. Sorry, it did feel like they were glossing over it somewhat. I was a little bit disappointed with it, to be honest.
I think it wasn't dark enough. And it also wasn't light enough. Like it was. I thought it was quite weak, and it just sort of straddled the in between. And I was surprised that they were doing it anyway, because Netflix have got WWE now, and they're about to put it on Netflix, and they want to show it off. So maybe that's why it was a little bit wimpy, because he is a bad man. He's a billionaire who has abused his power, and I wanted to hear loads about that and his relationships with everyone. But instead, they kept going on about the wrestlers and things like that. He's like, I know all this stuff. I want to hear about Vince. And the poster is like Vince, the puppet master. I don't think you got that from this.
Not at all.
We know it because we're wrestling fans, and we've done a lot of deep diving and research, so we know how corrupt and how nasty he's been. But I don't think this was bad enough. But I also don't think it was good enough, because I don't think it showed the really good side of wrestling and what it's done as well. The good thing that Cena or The Rock or Stone Cold, or the happiness it's brought as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it was balanced, but like that.
It sat on the fence, didn't it? I think.
Yeah, where it should have been balanced like that. You should have seen the whole.
Good, gotcha.
And like, oh my God, And there was some crazy stuff in it, like Sable, for people who don't know, was a valet, and then she was a wrestler, a very attractive lady of that era, blonde, fake big boobs, like during the 90s, that was the thing. And he had an affair with her, and then she sued him, and I think they paid her off, and then within a few weeks, she was back on WWE TV in a storyline with Vince. And you sort of go, what's happened there? I mean, that's an episode on its own. Like, how did that happen? And then she married Brock Lesnar, who is part of this other scandal. Like, there was so much depth to be got from so many things that I don't think they actually went to.
I think there's other shows and indeed documentaries that have told this story or this side of the business a lot better. They spent some time about the Montreal Screwjob. I think there was a whole episode based on that. But just go and watch Wrestling with Shadows. That is the film you need to watch about that whole era and incident, and does a far better job of showing the real shady side of Vince during that time, and just how like political the backstage machinations of wrestling can get. And indeed, like the Dark Side of Wrestling series, which shows, goes into a lot of depth. Spends a whole episode on showcasing the lives of different wrestlers, different events that may not have put the business in the best light.
Like, again, I think with Dark Side of the Ring, like, I mean, just the name, and then the music they use, and the type of, it's like, I just want to hear Vince talk. I love listening to Vince talk. He's such a bizarre man, very much like Trump. There's a lot of similarities with him and Trump, and that's obviously why Trump is so appealing to people. You're like, what is this? Who is this? Like, it's so intriguing how someone cannot give a shit.
Vince looks like Phoenix's nan.
You kiss your nan with those lips. People like Vince and Trump, they're so intriguing where you can go, how does this person sleep at night? Yeah, well, that was the thing, wasn't it? So Vince was raised by his stepdad and his mum in a trailer park. He met his dad when he was 12. And then they talk about the infamous incest story that Vince wanted to do. But I think it's not enough about Vince. It should have just been Vince talking constantly. Like, that's all we want to know about. I don't care what The Rock thinks about Vince. I don't care what The Undertaker thinks. I know what they're going to say.
Yeah.
Vince has made them millionaires. They're going to go, he's all right.
Yeah.
And why would you not say that about someone who's made you a millionaire? It's only the fucking little Harry Potter twats that are saying shit about J.K. Rowling.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's made them millionaires, and they're
Daniel
going,
Radcliffe.
What? She said some bad stuff about trans people because she wants safe spaces for women. So, we're the richest kids on earth, but damn her. All of those wrestlers are going to just be like, I want to hear just Vince talk about and get him talking long enough till he gets either angry or weird or dirty. Just keep plowing him and find out.
And plying him with drink as well. Get him drunk. The only thing, like the first episode, they said, "Oh, you're not going to get all the stories. The boys won't give up all the stories." It's like, okay, well, what's the point of this? Don't admit that in your first episode.
Yeah, get them drunk. You're right.
Get Hogan drunk and see what comes out of his mouth.
I told my dad about it because my dad was like, "Yeah, I think I might watch that." Like, he's not a wrestling fan, but I said there's one bit when Vince is talking about his head being 2 computers going at the same time, and one of them's doing the interview, and the man's nearly 80, and they go, "Okay, so one of your computers is thinking about the interview." He's like, "Yeah. And what's the other computer thinking about? Something sexual." You know, he's nearly 80 and he says things like that. At that point, you go, "Tell me more." But they don't. They go and talk about fucking John Cena or The Rock. You go, no, go back to this fucking madman, this genius madman.
So true.
Awful.
So true.
Who has made wrestling what it is, but they didn't plow into him.
Yeah, that was a weird moment.
Wasted opportunity.
Excuse me. It was, but still worth a watch. I think still worth. If you're a fan of wrestling, give it a go. It's a fairly easy watch, and
I think if you're not a fan of wrestling, watch it because you'll learn about this industry, and it might make you go, "That could be fun to watch."
Yeah. Do you think it will get anyone to watch the product when it comes to Netflix who hasn't watched wrestling before?
It might bring some people back. And also, I was watching some people talk about it. I can't remember who it was, but they're saying, you put Netflix on and it says Raw's on, and you might go, "Oh, well, I'll watch Raw."
Yeah.
So I think it's a good move. I think there's more people go on Netflix than probably anything else. Prime, Netflix, so you might just click on it and go, "Well, I'll check out what's going on." And if they get a good bit, they might, come back. I think it's been better than it has been in a long time. I think it's really exciting at the moment. The storylines are great. The wrestlers are great. It's got bloody again. It's got rude again.
Yeah, it's
treating
treating
bigger. I think that
it's treating its audience as adults again, and it is good. It has taken an upward turn. For those who don't know, WWE will be coming to Netflix, I think, in January.
Yep.
Around that time, both Raw and SmackDown in overseas markets, so UK included, will be coming to Netflix. I'm assuming, and NXT will as well. I'm assuming pay-per-views will be on there. I don't know how they're going to handle those.
I don't know. We might have to keep the network. I'm not sure.
We'll see. But it's a new era, really, and people are saying that first episode of Raw on Netflix is going to be huge. They're going to want to have a huge impact when they launch on that network, and so if you're a lapsed wrestling fan, that's probably a good time to jump back on board.
Agreed. Agreed. Stu, some comments in the comments section.
Yes.
We should acknowledge.
Neil has only just realised that it's not Friday. Yeah, apologies. I didn't say this at all. We're going to be going from Tuesdays from now on. Every other Tuesday, Renaissance Men will be here live at 6:45. That's fortnightly. Not every Tuesday. Fortnightly, every fortnight on a Tuesday, 6:45.
We thought it was clear because sometimes people go out on Friday nights. It gives people a chance to do that and listen.
Exactly. Looking at the viewers, numbers are up.
Phoenix says, "Take the weekend off anyway." That's pretty much what I do anyway these days.
Lee Blackburn, LOL, laughy face. Could have been anything we mentioned there, really. We're just that funny.
Sorry, I'm still trying to get my camera sorted.
No, that's fine. You do you. Jimmy the Saint, what else have we got to catch up on, really, since we last spoke? We both watched, I guess, the big film of the moment, of the summer, was Deadpool and Wolverine. I kind of covered it briefly on my solo show, but I'm keen to maybe refresh those thoughts, having had some distance from watching it, and bring on board your thoughts as well. We haven't really spoken about it. What did you think of Deadpool and Wolverine?
So we don't know where the Marvel world is going, do we, at the moment? And it's been flagging, hasn't it? The films have been flagging. the TV shows have been flagging,
Yeah.
and Deadpool versus Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
was supposed
What
to
did
be
I say? Did I say versus?
No, I just thought it was versus. No,
Okay. I think I
It was-
put versus in the notes, and then I had to correct myself because it's not versus. They're not fighting each other at all. Well, they do.
they do have 3.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be
anyway.
the film that sort of maybe brought people back.
Mm.
I went to see it in the cinema, which was the first film I've seen in the cinema probably since Spider-Man, where the Garfield and Maguire came back. I went with a good friend of mine to watch it, which was good. It's nice to watch with a friend who appreciates
Yeah.
the genre. Stu, I loved it.
Did you? I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad.
I had what I like to call nerdgasm after nerdgasm after nerdgasm. It was so for the fans. But a few weeks ago, my parents went to see it, and they haven't seen all the Marvel stuff. They don't know
Interesting.
all the background
Okay.
things. Yeah. Dad thought it was great. He's
Oh,
watched
nice.
the Deadpool movies. Thought it was great fun. So it was funny. He's seen some of the Wolverine films or the X-Men films. So he loved it. I thought it was amazing. I really, really enjoyed it. The soundtrack was brilliant. Sometimes the jokes, the adolescent sort of 90s boy humor, gay sort of stuff from Deadpool's a bit like, all right, man, like we get it. Like you don't need to do that now, man. Like it's cool. But just having Wolverine there in the original costume, well, not the original, not the brown, but the yellow and blue from the cartoon, the violence, the cameos from Chris Evans thinking it's Captain America, and then it's Johnny
Flame on. Yeah, that was
Johnny
Torch.
Johnny Storm.
Johnny Torch. That should be his
Johnny
name.
Storm, isn't it? Human Torch. All right, Johnny. All right, man. I know what I'm talking about. Johnny Storm as the Human Torch. That's quite a name. Bringing Sabretooth back, bringing Blade back, bringing Elektra back.
Gambit.
Gambit. That was lovely. Because, and again, for people who don't know, they could just enjoy Channing Tatum as Gambit. But like the person I was with, what was really nice is even though they were a big fan, they wasn't a massive fucking geek like me. So I could go, so Channing Tatum's been trying to get the film going for ages playing Gambit. And this is why this is a moment. And they were like, oh, was it? Like they were happy to hear that. Maybe they weren't happy to hear that. But anyway, it was exciting to see those people playing the characters who they have played before. Or
Jennifer Garner, yes. Wesley Snipes, so good.
Favreau turned up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and again, sort of things like Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds were in Blade Trinity together, the third Blade film. Notoriously, he didn't like Ryan Reynolds. Like that was the story, that they didn't like each other. So when Blade goes, I don't like you, and Deadpool looks at the camera and goes, yeah, he never has. For nerds like me, you got every fucking nerd joke there was. There was loads of laughs in the cinema. I drank a bottle of wine as I watched it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. It wasn't the best story ever. There's plot holes and things, but it was so much fun. The music was brilliant. Madonna, the bit at the end, spoilers, where they hold hands. I cried probably once or twice. Like it was fucking brilliant. I love for a nerd like me, it was everything I wanted.
Jimmy had the time of his life by the sounds of things. Yeah, I think I kind of summed it up very, very similarly. I enjoyed it. You know, it was a cracking afternoon out with some mates to watch a film and just nerd out, as you say. My only criticism and critique would be it relied too much on those cameo moments over the story. The story was just a bit. It just wasn't. It was nothing. I couldn't tell you what it was about. Like 3 months out from watching it, you know, it just was nothing. It was the cameo moments that I remember and kind of propelled that film through to its conclusion. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It produced some great moments, you know, but I don't know, it just felt a bit cheap. But
Oh yeah.
I
But
did come
sometimes
out.
cheap is good, Stu.
I know, and I had a smile on
Cheap
my face
fish
the
and
whole
chips,
time.
a cheap beer, a
Yeah.
cheap hooker. Sometimes these things.
Cheap as chips. Sometimes you want it,
Sometimes,
you know?
I completely agree with you, Stu. Well, I say my dad, who's not a nerd, thought it was great fun.
And it is great fun. I had a smile throughout the
As an
whole
actual
2
film
hours.
critic, you go, yeah, the film's not great.
Yeah.
But for a casual person, who like my dad was like, yeah, it was good fun. He's got a good sense of humor. For someone like me and you, I mean, especially, I'm saying more for me because I don't want to talk for you. As a nerd who's followed everything, nerdgasm after nerdgasm after nerdgasm.
Yeah. Where do you think the MCU is it in a good place after that film? I mean, we're going to speak about some more MCU stuff shortly, but did it give you more faith in the future of the MCU?
No, I think that all
Anything
that
for me, I mean,
all that did was
sorry,
say Wolverine could be here, which I guess brings faith because use him. Keep spending money on Hugh Jackman pumping horse steroids inside himself so he can be big and be the Wolverine we want. Like, spend your money on Hugh Jackman, not on other shit. That's what we want. Spend your money on these people. That's what we like. So, that was good. That was good. And do you know, it did give me faith actually, because you go, okay, what's coming next? They're probably going to bring Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool in, which he's great as Deadpool. Deadpool's a great character. I sound like Donald Trump. Wolverine's a good character. He's not a loser. He's a good character. Like, use these people. So it gave me a little bit of faith. You're right, Stu. It did give me a little bit of faith. What about you?
It felt it. I came out of it like neither more depressed or more positive about the MCU, because it felt more like a love note and a footnote to the Fox universe, if you like, wasn't it? You know how, especially with the end credit scene where there was some outtake, some lovely outtake moments from the X-Men film, all the Fox films in the Marvel universe. It really felt like it was a end note to that era, and I guess in a way left me positive for what would come. A bit more clarity surrounding the MCU. But I guess we will see on that score, won't we? Obviously, we had the.
But you
gone.
I was going to say, you're right there. That all that stuff at the end, because during the credits they had like outtakes from the X-Men movies, and they had Green Day, "Time of Your Life."
Yeah.
I can play it on the guitar if you want. They played that during the credits, and it was like, okay, that the Fox universe is done. So what I agree with you, it was a nice sort of goodbye to that, and you're like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
But I think what it did do is it poked fun at a lot of the current Marvel universe, which makes you think, okay, they're listening. Like even Blade going, "I'm the only Blade. There'll never be another Blade," and it's like a joke that the current Blade that they're trying to do, it keeps going through rewrites and all that sort of shit. Or what else was there? I mean, just things like you're going through a bad time at the moment. They were acknowledging that they know it's not great. They acknowledged that a lot during the film, and I think that was good.
Very self-referential, wasn't it? And self-knowing.
Yeah, they go, we know it's not great at the moment, but we can get there. We can do better. And then what they do is obviously, this was after Deadpool when they said Downey Jr.'s back as Doom, right?
Oh, they did. Yeah, that did come afterwards. And again, I spoke briefly about that on the solo show I did, but kind of felt like a recoursing of kind of sorts, didn't it? Kind of just right. Let's kind of course correct a bit. Let's refocus on what we want to achieve with these Avengers films coming up, and the antagonists that we're going to have in those films. And that was a moment, wasn't it, when they announced that?
For sure. And when you say recourse, I don't think they had a course.
No, that's very true. They were kind of just like, bouncing from film to TV show, weren't they? Really?
Yeah, there was, when you watch, when you look at the first 24 films or whatever, it was like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow's there, bringing bringing Hawkeye, sort of like that sort of thing. Whereas the latest thing has been like, well, I don't know, what's Shang-Chi up to? What's Captain like? There doesn't seem to have been any plan. But when you go, okay, the Russos are back, who did Endgame and Civil War, they did do Civil War, but Endgame and Infinity War, which I watched again recently. I think Infinity War and Endgame are two of my favorite films of all time.
It's a great 1-2, and it's fantastic.
Absolutely amazing. So you bring those guys back, and you go, well, we get Downey Jr. back as Doom. A lot of people who love Doom as a character are like, oh, I wanted someone to come in and be Doom. But when you think about it, you go, no, this is smart. Bring back someone who people love, where there's going to be intrigue of like, how does he relate? How does he?
How are they going to do this?
Thor's fighting Doom, like,
and
he looks like Iron Man. Like, how does that work? I was going to say genius. It's not genius. It's just good business sense.
Good business.
Who wrote the book Art of the Deal? Donald Trump.
Oh God! Here she goes. Here she goes. Lazy.
I agree that it is lazy, but unfortunately they got to the point where they sort of had to be. Because if they would have brought Miss Phoenix, if you can say someone who they could have brought out as Doom that would have got the reaction that Downey Jr. got, and I go, yeah, you're right. I'm with you. Like, it shouldn't have had to got to. I agree. It should have been Cillian Murphy. I was going to say it should have been Cillian Murphy, but he wouldn't. They fucked everything up previous. If they would have built everything else up and got Cillian, he's the perfect choice, Miss Phoenix. I completely agree. He should have been Doom. But unfortunately, they fucked things up so much, they had to go back to the well and go, what's going to get talking going?
Stopped assembling my IKEA furniture to rant. Left Sean trapped behind it whilst I vent. Okay, she stopped helping her partner construct IKEA to rant about Robert Downey Jr. That's how I'm reading that.
Yep. And as
fair play. Yep. Somebody, it's good to vent. To be fair, it's good to vent. Don't want to let that bubble up and
And what she says there, Stu, I agree. It should have been Cillian Murphy. 100%. He was my pick. We can go back and look at the shows. He was my pick, but unfortunately, they fucked up so much.
Yeah. Well, the next product in the long line of MCU stuff released 2-3 weeks ago, and that is Agatha All Along, a TV show on Disney Plus. I've been watching it. Jimmy has yet to watch it. I have enjoyed it so far. I thought the first 2 launch episodes, because they did the standard Disney, here's a 1-2 punch, episodes 1 and 2, go take it in. I thought they were great. They introduced kind of where Agatha was post WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very much a companion piece to a companion piece to WandaVision, really. It's almost a direct follow-up.
Because at the end of WandaVision, she forgot she was Agatha, right?
Yeah, she's kind of like a I don't know how she's a detective in what's the town called that WandaVision was set in?
I can't remember.
Pleasantview or
View or Windview,
something like that. Anyway, wherever it was, Agatha ended up being we assumed had returned to her former life as a detective in that town.
Yeah.
And the first episode of Agatha All Along, kind of, we see Agatha in this role, kind of just, it's very weird. It's almost like a proper genre piece. It's like a detective show. it starts like a detective show, like the credits are like a detective show,
Right, crikey.
and she's kind of investigating this crime, and then kind of she starts having visions and stuff. I won't give too much away because I appreciate Jimmy hasn't watched it, but
no, you can give things away. That's fine.
well,
You're gonna have to excuse me for 1 minute, Stu. I'll
of
be
course,
straight back.
no worries. Yeah, so she starts to have these visions, and Sunnyvale, that's not a Phoenix, no. But yeah, I liked it. It's got that really nice kind of cozy Halloween feel. It's it's perfect for this time of year. The theme about witches and Agatha going on this journey to kind of reclaim her witch power, and kind of find out who she is and who this weird, strange band of sisters around her are, who they are. They're making this journey along the Witches Road. There's lots of kind of visual references to the Wizard of Oz. They're going on the Witches Road, which is clearly the yellow brick road. They're doing stuff like that. They're referencing witches from other media and stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But I will say the following 2 episodes haven't been as impactful, as entertaining as the first 2. I would say it's yeah, but I am enjoying it, and I'll see it to its conclusion. But I think if you're in the mood for something this Halloween that is cozy, spooky, that kind of vibe, then do give it a go.
I am, Stu.
Well, there you go, mate.
Cozy and spooky.
It feels like it's taken a lot of cues from like Wednesday, and there's a lot of influences there visually. You could almost see this being directed by Tim Burton.
Right.
It's that kind of feel to it, and it is intriguing. And these are certainly Agatha is a character that I've grown to love, I guess. She was a villain in WandaVision, but you're kind of rooting for her in this. She's a
great actress.
She is. And
very funny.
Who else is in this? Forgive me. Let me just find up the cast, because it's a great cast.
Well, Aubrey Plaza's in it.
Aubrey's in it. Yeah. Let me get rid of that advert. There we go. Here we go. So obviously Catherine Hahn as Agatha Harkness. Joe Locke's in it. He plays currently playing Teen. We don't know who his character is going to be. My bet would be I think he's Wanda's son, is my bet, but we don't know that yet. Patti LuPone, sorry, she's in it. Famous, I think she's like a Broadway star, isn't she, in the States? I think she's been in a lot of musicals and theatre. Aubrey Plaza, obviously.
Emma Caulfield. She was in WandaVision. She is from Buffy originally.
Okay, there are a few returning actors and actresses from WandaVision in it. Certainly those first few episodes.
One episode. Brilliant actress.
It's very much a companion piece, almost a sequel series to WandaVision. I think it might even be produced by the same production team.
Stu, you've done what, 3 or 4 episodes?
4. It's one a week.
As good as WandaVision?
No, I think WandaVision was more interesting. There was more intrigue in WandaVision.
Where would you put it, Stu, in the terms of WandaVision probably being the best, and you got Moon Knight, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, what else has been up there? Miss Marvel, those Disney sort of shows.
Yeah.
Where would you put it on this very accurate scale?
I would sandwich. I think I'd sandwich it around your nose. So we're talking certainly better than your Moon Knights, Ms. Marvel, Secret Invasion.
I forgot about that awful atrocity, which I actually enjoyed.
I would say my top 3 would be WandaVision, Hawkeye. I loved Hawkeye, and then this.
Right, that's good. I liked Hawkeye. It was a good Christmas die-hardy sort of thing, wasn't it?
Yes, and I think that's why I like this. It's got a real sense of time and place, and it knows what it wants to be. It wants to be a cozy Halloween show. It wants to be that. It wants to be this year's Wednesday, know, and it's doing it really well. Hawkeye wanted to be a Christmas TV show, and it did that, I think, really well. So that was good fun. It's I've enjoyed it so far. It's very. I think the final thing I would say is WandaVision. Is far superior to any TV show they've done so far. I would say it's at the top of the list.
Yeah,
that was very. You didn't know what was coming. The structure was all over the place, and I think it's benefited from that. You didn't know what was going to come from episode to episode. There's a lot of intrigue in there. This Agatha all along is very structured. They're going on this journey down or through along the witch's road for whatever reason. And they're having to go through these trials as witches. Each episode is a trial, so it's very structured in what it's doing. So you might like that, you might not. It might be a bit too rigid for me, but it is quite. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You're recommending it, Stu, by the sounds of it.
Yeah. It's certainly some of the better stuff they've done, TV wise, for sure.
Stu, talking of that sort of style, that Halloween-y style, that Wednesday style, Jenna Ortega. Talking of Jenna Ortega, I mean, I've been away, but I've still got the segues.
I know.
Something I've been to see, I say recently, a few weeks back, I think it was Beetlejuice.
There it is.
Jenna Ortega and the original cast of Beetlejuice back. Michael Keaton, Catherine O'Hara, Winona Ryder. Have you seen it, Stu?
No, I still haven't seen the first one, mate.
Disgusting. I told you to watch that before we closed for a hiatus on the show, Stu.
I've had all summer. Summer to do this.
Well, now Halloween is here, you need to watch Beetlejuice. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
Miss Phoenix is about to
she's going to explode. She's getting a couple of screws up Sean's ass, I think, out of rage.
IKEA screws. Stu, I went to the cinema to watch Beetlejuice with good friend of the show, Alex Roth. I'm a massive fan of the first one. The first one is so original. Tim Burton directed with Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin as your sort of storyline running through it. And then you've got Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, and I cannot remember the name of the paedophile father.
Oh, yes, the guy from
well, from loads of things. Stay Tuned, Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller, yeah.
Big Deadwood, big star in the 80s. Can't remember his name. Good actor. Very good. Hasn't watched Beetlejuice. I agree, Miss Phoenix. So this is the sequel, Beetlejuice. They got everyone back. Do you know what, Stu? It's a mess.
Is it?
A movie.
Is there a butt coming? No butt.
But it's enjoyable fun.
Okay.
It's enjoyable fun. And if you enjoyed the first one, you'll probably enjoy this one. It's not as good as the first one. The problem is, Stu, the us in the theatre, you got Monica Bellucci there, William Dafoe. Us in the theatre have a saying, which is the saying.
Sorry, go on.
It's an acronym, KISS.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid. Keep things simple. You need one storyline going through a film, and then you can have little twists or whatever. But the problem with Beetlejuice is it has 3 villains going through the film. One being what's his name? Justin Theroux. You have Monica Bellucci. You have Willem Dafoe's character. You have Beetlejuice. There's too much going on. I don't know why Tim Burton did it, because he knows how to do a good story, but they tried to squeeze so much in with all of these villains that none of the storylines have enough time to breathe.
Almost like the Spider-Man 3 effect.
Exactly like the Spider-Man 3 effect. When Sam Raimi came back to do Spider-Man 3, he said, I want my villains to be the Sandman and obviously they had Hobgoblin.
Venom, Hobgoblin.
The studio said.
Oh, yes, they did.
And he said, I don't want to have venom in it. And the studio went, you can't have venom in it. So when you have too many villains, you can't have satisfying arcs for everyone. You can't have satisfying payoffs for everyone. And that's what, unfortunately, this suffers from. That said, it's still very fun. No one skips a beat. Michael Keaton's amazing as Beetlejuice. Catherine O'Hara's good fun. I wasn't 100% sure on Winona Ryder's character because in the first one, she's very smart. And in this one, she falls for a doofus.
Okay.
So that's not great. General Ortega has a lovely storyline going through it, which they probably should have just done her storyline. The biggest weird out thing for me is the guy who played the dad in the original one. We can't remember his name unless we Google him, but we don't want to say his name 3 times because a paedophile turns up. They killed him off.
Okay.
Right, and you go, yeah, I get it. They killed him off. And when I say he was a paedophile, I think he had pictures of a 14-year-old boy on his phone. Yeah, it depends where your loyalties lie. He never went to prison. You know, in some countries that would be fine.
It's been a pedo-heavy show, isn't it?
It has, isn't it? We're back, people.
We are.
But yeah, so straight away in the trailers, they showed they had killed him off, and you sort of go, okay, they kill him off. He's prevalent through the entire movie. His photo is on his grave. B, they do a lovely little claymation thing of how he died, which is getting eaten by a shark. But then 3, they have his corpse walking around the underworld minus a head. And you're like, he's still here. I thought you would have killed him off. But he's still in the entire movie. And it weirds if you know that he's been a paedophile and if you care, he's in the movie. So it's a bit weird. But
the Hollywood pedo cartel for you.
I know, right? But do you know what, Stu? I enjoyed it. It was nice to see everyone back. It wasn't just rehashing what they had done before. There was probably 2 movies that they could have taken from it and done a 2 and a 3. But hey ho, it's enjoyable. And if you love the first movie, it's definitely worth watching.
I'd never know. Would never know.
Stu.
Yeah, it's Halloween. I do need some spooky films to watch, and that probably should be one of them.
Definitely, this is one of them.
So
because it's not that spooky.
An interesting viewpoint from a Beetlejuice fan. I did wonder how the Beetlejuice fans would take to it. Because you know, I saw mixed reviews from the critical press, but yeah, as a fan, I did wonder how it would come across. But you know, it looks like you got some joy from it, which is good.
I enjoyed loads of it, but as a film, it's a mess, and that was weird because Tim Burton knows better.
Could do better.
Yeah. Like all of our homework when we were at school together.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
Could do better. PC me. That was the Week in Geek. I think that's everything. We've covered everything. We've gone news light this week only because there's a lot to cover from our hiatus, as we say. So I think we've done well there.
Why are you telling them?
I don't know. I feel like people
just
like
tell me afterwards that I did well. That I did a good job.
Oh dear. Jimmy the Saint, it's time for our returning segment. It's been away for a while, like we have, but it's back with abundance. And that is that segment that we like to call Ask Us Anything.
Oh.
That's right. Ask Us Anything is...
I didn't expect that, Stu.
I know, mate. I know. So... I straight up, I think, you know, I like to promote the Discord server, the official Discord server of the Renaissance Men. It's a lovely community. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Please do come and join. There's some like-minded nerds in there who just talk about all things film, video games, collectible card games, anything nerdy. Get in there and chat, get involved. The reason I bring that up is because I think going forward, I will put an exclusive thread in there for people to submit questions for us for each show. We used to do this thing called Ask Us Anything, where the audience could literally ask us anything, probe us, you know, delve into these noggins,
And
find out what makes us tick, or just ask controversial questions, whatever floats your boat. So
for me, Stu, it's mostly Pinot Grigio.
yeah. So that's what we'll do going forward. If you want to submit some questions, join the Guffverse, the Discord server. But I reached out to a friend of the show. Who do we think this is? That's right, Holly Williams.
She's back.
She don't watch anymore, apparently. Oh, she might do. I don't know. She certainly doesn't watch live. But Holly, I asked Holly for some questions, and she gave us loads. So we've got a bit of content to, we can save these up.
No, let's do some. See how we get on.
We have got. I'm just going to read through these from the top. What have we got? Okay. What's the worst movie you've ever seen? This is her first question from Holly Williams. What is the worst movie you have ever seen?
That's a really good question.
I know mine.
You go, and I'll think.
Okay, I'll give you some thinking time. Mine is Wolf Creek. Has anyone seen Wolf Creek?
Yeah, I've seen Wolf Creek.
About the teenagers that get lost in the Australia. Outback,
yeah,
and then some not possessed, but like deranged Mick Dundee, Crocodile Dundee type person hunts them down. Just something about it was just so, I don't know, just so grimy and gratuitous. And it was like the culmination of horror films of that time, where you just show scantily clad, like dewy, sweaty females getting.
It's in my top 10.
Stuff done to it. Was horrible. Oh, hated it. Just felt so exploitative. And I like exploitation, but it felt so exploitative. Hated it.
Wow, that's interesting. What's interesting is a girl who I want to say dated.
Yeah,
but she probably wouldn't call it as dated. That was her favorite film, and I went round her.
Oh my God, that's a red flag.
What?
That Wolf Creek was her favorite film.
It was her favorite film. She forced me to watch it, and what was weird though was there was one point where that Mick Dundee put someone's head on like a pike, and he goes, "This is one of my favorite things to do. It's what I call head on a stick." And she had seen the film multiple times, and I said, "That's funny. He calls it head on a stick."
Yeah,
and she went, "Oh, I thought he said the word hedonistic." You're supposed to be a fan of this film. He said, "Head on a stick." He's Australian. I'm going to message her and tell her that you are laughing at her for her getting something wrong. He's gone. Wolf Creek, though. An interesting sort of out horror movie.
Head on a stick.
Head on a stick. Head on a stick. Anyway, that was my experience of Wolf Creek. So I had quite an enjoyable night with the lady watching it. Lovely girl. My worst film I've ever seen has got to be shit. I'm trying to think of one that I've turned off, because I rarely turn off the movie. I usually stick it to the end. But there's certainly been some where I've gone, I'm out on this.
Not for me.
Poorly.
Yeah.
Have
you ever walked out the cinema?
No. Paid my money, take my choice.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No.
I'd probably go with I can't even think of the worst film I've seen. Maybe Lesbian Hunter Vampire Killers.
Oh, that's a good one. The Corden and what's his name?
Horn.
The other one.
Horn.
Yes, Corden and Horn. Thinking they were the next Abbott and Costello.
Yeah. James Corden and Matthew Horn did a film. They were sort of after Gavin and Stacey, they got picked up, given a sketch show, which was appalling.
I remember viewing that.
Given a film, Lesbian Vampire Hunter Killers. which was fucking atrocious. It's probably that. Did I try and watch Cats? That was. It seems to be a
That's bad.
cordon,
That is bad.
vibe
Cats is
going
bad.
on. They're probably up there because even in like dreadful films, you can find some fun in them, like things like Troll 2 or something like that. You can find some fun in them. But films where there's been money put in.
What about Morbius?
Jesus, that was bad. Jesus, you're right. That's got to be up there.
Have you heard the incredibly depressing statistic that is Joker Folie à Deux made less in its domestic opening than Morbius did?
Well, okay. Ooh. That's not its fault, is it?
Ooh.
Surely, like just because it doesn't make that much money doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad film.
No, I know.
There's some incredible movies that did terribly in the box office that are awesome. But Morbius, Jesus, that was atrocious. Maybe Morbius. What did we give that when we were rating films back then?
I think you did a 1, yeah, or maybe a half. Because I think we could do halves.
At least Lesbian Vampire Hunter Killers had some fun in it. Like that's the big thing, isn't it? When a film is awful, as long as if there's some fun in it, it's fine.
Yeah.
But Morbius didn't have any fun in it. Maybe it is Morbius.
I watched in the off period. I watched Madame Web, and I mean that's pretty bad.
I've heard a lot of bad things. I've watched a lot of reviews.
Well, it did have some redeeming qualities. You know, it kind of did that whole thing where it didn't take itself too seriously. It somehow knew it was shit. And took some joy from
maybe some of the actresses knew it was shit.
I don't know. It felt joyful in a way.
I'm with you there. When the people in it know it's shit, then there can be some enjoyment had. But maybe Morbius, because Jared Leto never knows when it's shit. Because he's a great actor, Jared Leto. He just So let's go Morbius and Wolf Creek. There we
go. What else she got? We can do another one. Let's do another one. She asks, what fictional character do you wish was real? What fictional character do you wish was real?
God.
Yeah, Jesus. Great minds.
The Queen. Which fictional character? Oh, maybe like Superman?
Yeah. I'm thinking like Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Just something quite joyous about having him in the world. Like just
really?
Chocolate. You know?
So over someone who could solve all our problems. Donald Trump.
Phoenix goes with Freddy Krueger.
What? Jesus, Phoenix.
Bit dark.
What? Who haunts on not? Right. Your invitation to my caravan, whether we've got a ramp or not, has been declined. You've got to go for a superhero that would actually save the world, haven't you? But do you know what? If you brought Superman in, could get dark. Could get dark. Spider-Man, he's a good dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Just it seems a bit. Having one of the heroes just feels a bit. Cheap.
A genie, Aladdin's genie.
Yes. Someone who could grant wishes.
Dracul.
Yeah.
I'd like to be a vampire. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Phoenix was looking forward to cushion Jenga and bet curtains. I assume she means net curtains, but made a bit of an.
Does she want to see the picture? I can show her the picture if she wants.
Error there.
I can bring the picture up.
Unfortunate.
Might be quite hard to find the fucking thing. I'm not going to find it.
So we're going Willy Wonka or Superman for that one.
Well, hold on. I think Spider-Man would be better than Superman. They'd kill him. They'd kill him.
Yeah. He'd be captured, experimented on. Yeah, just absolutely destroyed.
I'm gonna go Dracula because I like the idea of vampires in the world, and I'd quite like to be a vampire. And speaking of vampires, Stu.
Yes. Excellent segue, Jimmy the Saint. Speaking of vampires, we've got a trailer for you. It is spooky season, as we know. And this is, again, a returning segment, as they all are, where we react to the latest cinema trailers in Hot Takes. Pew pew, Hot Takes. Let's do this.
Nice big welcome to that, Stu.
I know. So I'm still
welcome.
We're a bit of ring rust, working off the ring rust. Phoenix says, "What version of Dracula would you like?"
Sexy one.
Yeah, they're all pretty sexy.
I'll go with the one from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He was kind of sexy.
Count
I'm not going Gary Oldman. Count Dracula. Yeah, I'm not going for bumhead Oldman. I don't even by him. I just mean someone who's going to get vampires going. You know.
So Jimmy can have Dracula, but I can't have Freddy Krueger. Double standards. Yeah.
Wrong. Dracula will make other vampires, and we'll have a whole nation. A nation of vampires. Krueger will just fucking kill people and scare people and call people bitch. We don't need that.
So we're talking about vampires, and we're obviously reacting to a trailer, and we've got the trailer for Nosferatu.
I'm excited.
So this is written and directed by Robert Eggers. He of The Lighthouse, The Witch, The Northman fame. A well-respected, wonderful visual filmmaker.
With The Lighthouse, Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, I haven't seen it, but it was critically acclaimed.
Yes, most of his work is pretty top-notch. So
I'll tell you what's interesting, Stu. There was a film called Shadow of the Vampire. I think it was called Shadow of the Vampire, which starred Willem Dafoe playing Max Schreck, who was the actor who played Nosferatu, starring Eddie Izzard as well. So it was a film about Nosferatu with Willem Dafoe, and Willem Dafoe was obviously in Lighthouse, and now the director has come to direct this. Count Orlok, of course, it's Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
He played It in the film It.
Really interesting cast. You've got Aaron Taylor Johnson. You've got Lily Rose Depp, Johnny Depp's daughter. I don't know if this is her first role, but
she's a model, I think. I don't know if she's been acting, but she was in obviously Ed Wood starred Johnny Depp, and they had Bela Lugosi in it who played Dracula. A lot of crossovers here.
Yeah,
Willem Dafoe, obviously.
Yep. Nicholas Hoult, Willem Dafoe, Ralph Ineson, who
Finchie, bloody good rep.
Bloody good rep. He plays Dr. Wilhelm Sievers. And he was in The Witch, I believe, as well, wasn't he? I don't know if
he gets a lot of jobs.
Films.
Finchy,
he does, didn't he? He's done well. He's done well for himself. Is he in your Facebook friends? He feels like he should be.
No, but I can request him. He was also in the Harry Potter movies, and he's been what I've been watching recently, which I forgot to talk about, which was Ludwig, which is a wonderful show on the iPlayer. Maybe I'll talk about it in 2 weeks' time when I've finished it. What's his name again?
It is Ralph. I'm going to go Ineson.
Okay, I'm going to request him on Facebook.
It's Ineson. And of course, playing Galactus in the Fantastic Four film.
Is he? Who is?
Finchy.
No way.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm Galactus.
Yeah. Bloody good.
I'm going to fuck your planet. Really?
Yeah.
Stu, we've got no mutual friends.
Have we not?
No, me and Finchy. Me and you have obviously got loads.
I was going to say. That's a shame. That is a shame. But yeah, Nosferatu, a classic story. One of the origin vampire stories. Fantastic silent film back in the day. Very much visually instrumental for a lot of filmmaking going forward. And this is a modern retelling of that same tale. So again, I'm expecting gothic, visually impressive, kind of really oppressive kind of mood and bleakness. That's what I'm hoping for.
What's interesting, Stu, you've got Willem Dafoe, obviously, who, as I say, was in the Shadow of the Vampire, where he played Count Orlok, who was if you haven't seen Shadow of the Vampire, go and watch it. It's brilliant. It's Willem Dafoe. It's Eddie Izzard. It's about the making of the what's his name? John Malkovich, who is the director, and they hire Count Orlok to play Nosferatu, and they say, "Oh yeah, he'll always be in character, but he is Nosferatu. Like that's him."
Yeah.
Nick Holt in the recent Dracula adaptation starring Nicolas Cage.
Oh, he was, wasn't he? Yeah,
Enfield.
Yes.
So they've really sort of bringing all these people in. I'm excited for this, Stu. I'm excited.
Let's get into it, Jimmy the Saint. Let's get rid of that and let's just crack open this trailer. Let me just key that up. Bear with me.
And you've got one of the Skarsgårds who played it in the film It.
Yeah.
Good actor, man. He's a great actor. And he's skinny and tall. I think he'll do a good Nosferatu. I'm excited about this.
Before we go on, Phoenix says Ralph Ineson does a lot of video game voice acting too. Most recently in Diablo 4, which is a game I'm currently playing. Yeah, so he's
doing well for himself. He's doing well for himself. Yeah. And this comes out on Christmas Day.
A lovely festive fare for you.
Interesting.
Okay, let's watch this. Let's make sure the sound is up and let's enjoy or not.
Come to me. Come to me.
Is that Lily Rose?
I've never shared my
think so,
secret with any soul.
Every so often, the Queen scares the shit out of me over my shoulder.
Tell me what you can from the beginning.
At the phone.
It is like a dream.
That soundtrack.
It was our wedding.
With strings, very unnerving.
When we turned around, everyone was dead. The stench of their bodies was horrible.
I'll be honest, you're on board. Come on!
Standing before me was death. But I'd never been so happy.
This creature is a force more powerful than evil. Its desire is to consume all life on Earth. Only you can redeem us. He is coming.
There is a devil in this world, and I have met him.
But you could never please me as he could. I'm ready.
Interesting that they're withholding any like imagery of Nosferatu apart from maybe hands or very quick images of flashes or I don't know, but I don't know. Are they holding too much back there?
I agree.
It looked like Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, it was awful. Yeah, it did look like Pride and Prejudice. You're right, because the iconic Nosferatu image is the shadow, isn't it? Yeah, it's that. We didn't get that.
No.
We got it's good.
We got a net curtain. That's what we got.
You got me and Lee in the caravan under net curtains. All they needed to have there was, she did an okay job. But who was Renfield there? There was a Renfield character going.
I don't know.
He is
What if that's in the cast list?
have a little goosey. But if you would have just had a woman, Depp, walking towards the guy in the fucking cell, and just going, and her going, what? And him going, and her getting close to him going, and then him looking and going, he is coming. And then just in a bit of Nosferatu, bang, done. Get out. Established. Do you know what? The biggest thing I ever got when I was at drama school, which I used to say to my castmates regularly, which really used to annoy them.
Go on.
Establish, move on. That's it. Establish, move on. That may sound like I'm fucking taking the piss, but it's literally like, that's what's happening. Move on. Establish, move on. That trailer could have been 30 seconds. Do you remember that Joker trailer that I loved? The first trailer that came out, which had Arthur Fleck.
Oh, yeah. The
Joaquin Phoenix just sort of stood there, and then a projector going round, and the Joker. Beautiful music.
That's all you needed.
So intriguing. You're like, what's this? I'm in.
Sometimes less is more.
Most of the time, especially ladies in the bedroom.
Yeah. I do think that...
your reaction was awful to that joke. That was a really good fucking joke you asked for. That deserved a much better reaction than that.
I'm sorry. I know. I do think...
But I agree. Less is more. There was too much.
It looked, as I expected, of Robert Eggers' depiction of Nosferatu to look. It was as expected. I think this could be great. It could be amazing. And I think Nosferatu is, there's a lot of themes in that story and in those films and adaptations of that resonate today. Like, our fear of the other, our fear of immigration and, what that brings. And I think...
What? Oh, you lefty.
You libtard.
And all these Transylvanians coming over, taking our jobs.
But the themes within this film could resonate, and it could be a masterpiece. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I wanted a bit more, although we've just said less is more.
But more of something. I agree. That trailer was nothing. We saw the actors in it, Defoe and Holt and Depp, but I thought it was bad.
Well, Phoenix will be heading straight to the theatre after her family Christmas dinner, and after indeed watching Home Alone to watch this. It's bizarre Christmas fare, isn't it? It doesn't really scream Christmas time to me.
I am hoping that Miss Phoenix was saying straight after Home Alone, as in she's watching the film Home Alone, rather than she's home alone for Christmas dinner and then going to watch Nosferatu at the Duskino.
Dinner for one. Obviously wheeling around her house, rattling around in a wheelchair.
So horrible. I can't believe you convinced me she was in a wheelchair. And there's nothing wrong with being in a wheelchair, but you made me feel bad. Unbelievable. Nosferatu.
That was Nosferatu.
Where was that?
I know exactly. Yeah, I know, right? Where was it? He wasn't going up the stairs or nothing.
That's the iconic look.
Yep.
Monster.
I'm glad you said that, 'cause I was physically trying to restrain myself from saying monster.
Monster.
Yeah.
I'm out. Well, no, I'm not out, but that was a crap trailer.
That was Hot Takes. It's time to wrap up this wonderful return to form that has been the Renaissance Men podcast in. And finally, I've got 3 stories here. I don't remember any of them, which I always think is a good thing. You know,
What, you're losing your memory?
no, the fact that I'm going to be surprised. These are either going to be brilliant, or it's going to be a pleasant surprise, or I'm going to be disappointed because they were really unmemorable.
Okay, I'm excited.
I remember this one. I think we've had this story before, but the version I'm bringing to you puts in a great more amount of detail. If that makes
Okay.
So, taxidermist turns rats into sexy showgirls with nipple covers and fake eyelashes.
I'm excited.
This, I'm pretty sure we've done this before, but there's more pictures, there's more story, there's a whole lot more.
I'm excited.
So this weird old lady, what's say old?
She's not old.
She's Caitlin, and she runs Showtime Taxidermy from her home in, you've guessed it, Texas.
Oh, I thought he was going to say close. I was like, I'm in. She's fit.
A mother who transforms frozen rats into sexy showgirls with coloured feathers, handmade nipple covers, and fake eyelashes has said her novelty taxidermy business regularly requires 12 hours days to keep up with demand. Caitlin Hillis, 36, runs her business called Showtime Taxidermy from her home, where she sells quirky and bizarre rats for £148.
Wow. And where does she get the rats, Stu? That's what I'm excited
Yeah,
about.
let's find out. The rodents are dressed and posed as glam performers, and it all began during a craft night 4 years ago. Caitlin said, we watched videos online and we made our first taxidermy together. Me, my daughter, and my sister. And it was comically bad, but we loved it. That's something to bond over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cutting the innards out and stuffing rats. We had such a fun time, so we did it again, and we made others. And the natural next step was, let's make it sexy and fun and add costumes. Okay. DRB, welcome, Renaissance Men legend. DRB is in the chat. DRB, you'll join us at a superb moment. We're talking stuffed sexy rats. Okay, we want pictures. Caitlin realized people were not only delighted to see her creations, but they wanted to buy them as well. And Showtime Taxidermy was born. Since then, she's been blown away by her business popularity, selling preserved rats online at oddities and curiosities expos across the US.
Show us the rats, Stu.
There she is. No, there they are. Look at that. I like they've got nipple covers across all of the nipples.
That's good. That's
all of the nipples.
Detail.
Isn't it just? Isn't it?
I like her. I'm down with Caitlin.
You reckon?
Well, she stuffs rats.
Yeah. But I don't know. There's a I don't know. They look good. Do you know what I mean? It's done well.
She's got talent.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
I'd be concerned she'd slit my throat in the night.
Yeah, she does have that look about her. But I look at the attention to detail, the fake eyelashes, you know, the plumage, the feather boas, and
Stu, we've often spoke about what we wanted to happen to our corpses after we passed.
Yeah. Is this it? Is this it for you? You going with this?
6. I want Caitlin
Make me
6
pretty.
nipple tassel me, eyelash me, stuff me with whatever.
What do they stuff animals with?
Well, what they do
Sawdust?
first off, they have to slit them up and take all the insides out.
Stitch up the balls, as we've established earlier.
And then I don't know if they stuff them with anything. I think they have to put some sort of like lining in them.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't done it myself, but now
Indeed.
me and Caitlin have a thing.
We have gone full circle. It started with the taxidermy queen. That's how we go. These show this isn't planned. It just happens.
No, it's planned.
Anything else here? She used to be a wedding photographer, apparently.
Oh,
she decided to move on to taxidermy.
good for her. Look at this beautiful thing.
Here we go. Look at that. posed.
Oh, Stu. Here's the issue. Hilarious. But imagine if this was your nan. Like, you know, it's still a corpse.
Mm.
Imagine it's your nan, Stu.
I'm imagining the Queen like this.
Yeah, it's
You know?
beautiful. I'd like to see that.
Nipple
Arms
tassels.
Do you know,
Yeah,
it's,
it's more like a ferret, isn't it? I agree, Phoenix. They don't look like your normal dirty street rats, do they? Like they kind of got a. They look.
Stu, finish your sentence. So the thought is she's gone to the shop, bought some rats,
Yep.
disposed of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With
Euthanized. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And then attached eyelashes to them and made some money. You're all for this, are you? The person who said they wouldn't vote for Trump.
There's nothing else on the story. Nothing else.
I'm out, Stu. It's
You're out.
disgusting. It's a disgrace, but still, she's quite fit. So I'm back in.
Even DRB's out. Fuck it. That is whoa.
Jesus,
You've crossed some line if DRB is out.
Right, and I'm with DRB there. Come on, Stu, get this blooming
next up. Yeah, next up. I've called this monkey business. So this is going to involve monkeys
being stuffed.
What's this? Woman said she. Ah, yes, this woman. She breastfed a chimp.
My God, Stu.
I know. Hey,
what have you been doing whilst I've been away? What have you been googling?
Pamela Rosaire would breastfeed the chimp and her actual baby at the same time. One per breast, one assumes.
Let's see him.
I don't have this footage of this, but
let's see it. What?
Whoa,
you haven't got pictures of the.
Well, there's the chimp. You know, I don't have them mid-feed. I wouldn't have thought.
Okay, Stu. I don't need to hear any more of this story. She breastfed a chimp. And Dolly Parton of chimpanzees making it like ultimately, if she keeps raising that chimp, it will attack her.
Yeah,
and it will try and rip off her face.
Yeah, we all know that.
Because that's what they do. Because what they go for the face, the hands, the vagina or cock. That's what chimps do. Tell me more about.
Don't we all, Jimmy? Don't we?
Yeah, that's what we do when we're in a fight in Ipswich Town. That's what we go for. This story's not going to have a happy ending, Stu, no matter how much you say. Tonya calls herself Chimp Mum and the Dolly Parton of chimpanzees. Make of that what you will. What do you mean, make of that what? Oh, yeah, because Dolly's famous for fucking sucking titties into Chimp's mouth. Jesus Christ, Stu, what do you bring to us? Oh, is it? Oh, it's Chimp Crazy trailer.
This is from, I should say, this is from a documentary that is out there called, where was it? I had it there. Celebrity ape named a docu-series about a celebrity ape named Tonka and a woman named Tonya Haddix's love for him. Don't know who she is, but let's take a look.
You know that chimps go for flipping nuts.
Yeah, let's go to let's just wait one whilst this advert moves on.
Okay,
let's skip this.
You can't tame wild things.
Agreed.
Chimp crazy.
There is this culture of almost entirely women who raise chimpanzees and monkeys as if they're babies.
There is nothing
in a cage,
holding, loving, being around a chimp, especially Tonka. And I'll do anything to protect that primate. Anything. Tonka and I just found each other. It was meant to be. It was just natural.
Yeah.
And Tonka loved me as much as I love Tonka.
Yeah.
It's like your love for God.
Yes, exactly like that.
People fall in love with these chimps, and you can't tame wild things.
What's Alan Cummings doing there?
I'm just afraid that she might get too caught up in this.
Peter seized the chimps with
don't tread on me. She's a Trump supporter. I bet you.
The chimpanzee lady now making national news.
A movie star chimp named Tonka and its disappearance.
Why is Alan Cummings in this?
Hollywood plot, but no, this is
He's,
real life.
he's probably worked with it.
I keep getting
on like
to
the
be the
Mask
bad guy
2 or
here,
something.
and I'm tired of it.
When you're in love, your brain is out of control. There's chemicals and hormones and things happening to you that makes you irrational.
They're gonna have to bring sheriffs and everything that they can.
I want to watch this. What's this on?
I've never seen her that passionate about anything in my life, ever. And that includes her son.
He's got issues. There we go.
Adult chimpanzees are incredibly dangerous.
Yep.
It's insane when you think about it. It's insane.
They can throw me in jail for a year. I don't care. I would give anything that I had possession-wise up for that child. I would give my life for him.
Good thing.
Chimps are my whole thing. You can shape them into being you.
I want to watch that.
I mean on a TV show rather than the story.
That was
She's
better
mad.
than the Nosferatu trailer, wasn't it?
It was way better. That looks great because chimps are awful. They bang anyone, they throw their shit and come at people, they rip people's faces off. Then they don't care. They're 3 times stronger than the average person.
Average bear.
Maybe. But I'm in, Stu. I'm in.
Phoenix,
when
these
they
are the
come out.
same women that write to serial killers in prison. Yeah, she gave off
Yes.
those vibes, didn't she?
And Phoenix, how are you getting on with Tony the torturer
What?
in the state penitentiary?
Oh, yeah. You just know Phoenix has written to some.
Oh, of course she has. She's written to all the murderers. Shipman. Stop it, Stu. That's awful.
He probably felt like
Oh.
nearly. He probably felt like doing something crazy after filming The Traitors. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's weird that Cummings is there.
It must be. He must have started with it. Like you say, Jimmy. He must have been in a film with the monkey.
Yeah. Well, Cummings, he'll do anything for money these days. Oh, what you got for me? A bit of a film about the monkeys? Yeah, I fucking do that. Give me my haggis and my wee bit of crack, and I'll do it. That's my best Alan Cummings. He's
Pretty
Scottish
good.
for anyone who doesn't know.
Pretty good.
I love Alan Cummings. He's an incredible actor. He's also a whore.
It is a question. If we could get Gary Glitter on the show, would you?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we'd have to do that.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't be nice to him.
No. Just thought that crossed my mind. Would we do it? Would we cross that boundary?
Well, I imagine lots of TV channels have tried to get him on because it's ratings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thing is, though,
controversy creates cash.
We don't like ratings.
No,
You're
right. We don't.
So I don't think it's a good idea getting Gary on.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just. I'll tell him. Sorry, Gary, it's a no.
And finally, got some bird news. What would the show be without some bird news? Oh, sorry.
Cut me out.
UK town is so rough. Even the seagulls are vaping as birds snapped, puffing away.
I don't believe it. Don't believe it, Stu.
The amusing snaps, as we're about to see, show the gull with a green disposable vape in its mouth in a car park in Dorchester, Dorset. Now, isn't this is kind of fairly close to DRB's neck of the woods? I'm pretty sure. DRB, can you confirm this?
Dorset, they've all got the same voice, and they're down in Dorset. He's all down there. Show me the vaping seagull.
I told you, it's DRB's neck of the woods.
And he said yes.
Yeah. If you can be our roving reporter in the next few weeks, DRB, that would be great. Is Dorchester particularly bad, DRB? I don't know. I've always thought Dorchester sounded quite posh and upmarket. I don't know.
Interesting. Phoenix is saying, fucking hate seagulls. They've been stealing the ducklings around here.
Ooh.
Oh, God. Seagulls are awful.
Yeah. I mean, that looks like a nice place, to be honest.
Beautiful.
Yeah. A cheeky seagull has been caught on camera puffing away on a vape pen in a popular UK town. The mad moment took place in a car park in Dorchester, Dorset, and a clip of it shows a giant seagull loving life while standing on a car with a vape in its mouth.
I'm so excited.
The hilarious clip was taken by Darren
Scourse. I was down in Dorset in thing, and my name's Darren Scourse, 42, and I was shocked because I hadn't forgot to pay my parking, and then I saw a seagull vaping.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Well, the point is, the hilarious clip was taken by Darren, and he was so shocked he forgot to pay for his parking. That was his excuse.
Yeah,
I saw a fucking seagull vaping.
I've used that excuse so many times when I forget to pay.
Of course, I'm not going to pay my parking. Here it is. Is that it? Is that all we get? Is that all we get?
Well, hang on, there's a video.
Toy Wilcox.
F her. She's on Strictly at the moment. I want to see smoke coming out of the mouth.
I don't think we're going to get it, Jimmy T.
So it's picked up. Darren.
Oh, come on. What's this? Is this it? Oh, this is it. This is it. Whoa. Okay. Full screen.
Sound it. 16-year-old Oscar. Get rid.
Yeah. 16-year-old Oscar. I don't want to know about him.
He's doing the same thing as me.
Okay. I've got it here. There we go. Right.
Pump it up, Stu. I'm still looking at it.
Right, let's go back to the beginning. You know you're in a rough area when even the seagulls are vaping.
Beautiful.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Wow, bit disappointing. No puff of smoke.
No.
No anything like that.
Stu, I'm not buying it, Stu. I'm not buying it. I'm gonna have to go out and I'm gonna have to go and force some vapes down some seagulls' throats to get my seagull vaping fix.
Yeah. Interestingly, Phoenix says that every week there needs to be a feature where Jimmy tries a new accent. You were doing that for a while, but just when you first started with us.
Yeah, I remember every show.
It felt like you were trying to display your acting chops to us all by doing an accent, a different.
No,
accent.
that's not what I was doing. I just do accents occasionally. I mean, Miss Phoenix, pick an accent. I'll do it. It's on my CV. On my CV when it says accents, I've just written all.
Russian. Come on, Russian. Give me Russian.
Oh, hang on. DRB said new segment. Me and Jimmy can have an accent off.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. Yeah. Give me Russian, Jimmy.
Well, I'll tell you an interesting story. I actually was
okay. Yeah.
employed at a James Bond themed party where I had to stand at the door. Not the door. The place was massive. I was on a gate with two of my friends, Ginger Paul and Stickley, where we were Russian guards getting cars in. And we had like whole Russian furry hats, everything going, okay, well, welcome in. Come on, donkey. I can't do it. We were making people get out their cars going, I can't do it. Donkey, get out of your car and walk. Let me get there. And we were making people get out of their cars before they could drive them into the party going, you donkey, get out. It was so funny. You are donkey. I can't do it. I can't do it. Sorry. Donkey. I don't know why donkey's the word because I don't even Russian.
That's better.
Russian cross of God.
No, he's lost it.
I mean, it's on the CV, but
should it be?
Well, I don't get any work, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, look who it is.
Might as well put Chinese on the fucking CV.
That warms the heart.
Hey,
Holly's in the chat. She was really the Miss Phoenix of her time, wasn't she? Really, our one great female fan.
Yeah, Miss Phoenix is now should be on the show, but she won't. It's just like commenting.
Yeah, there was a huge section on paedophiles. There really was.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, what else have we got? Phoenix is talking about the Falkland Isles. You see, it's 1984.
Was that an accent?
They invaded.
No, I think she wants the accent of the Falkland Islands.
Oh, okay.
Is that Argentina?
Oh, well, some would say. Some would say it's just British.
Oh, sorry. What would Trump say?
I don't know.
What would Thatcher say? Good old Thatcher. I'm going to get a Thatcher cardboard cutout behind me.
Rock was on. Hello, Rock. Hello, Rock. What up? Hey, Rock. Nice to have you, mate. Yeah.
Brazilian.
No, I acknowledged you, Rock. So the chat is just so popping, absolutely popping. I missed you. Yeah, I think that's everything. There's too much going on. Just too much going on, Jimmy the Saint. Well, Jimmy, we've done it. We're back. We have done another show, and it's probably one of our better ones. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Better, not better. It suggests some are bad. It was nice to be back.
Yeah, okay.
It was brilliant to be back. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself, Stu. It's been wonderful.
I'm 3 gins in. I didn't get around to my 4th, but that's there for another day.
That's there for the morning.
Yeah. I'll just down that at work, I think.
Yeah. I know loads of people that do it in this day and age, Stu. The world is a murky place.
Yep. Let's acknowledge and thank the chat because they have been absolutely brilliant this evening. I mean that sincerely. Thank you so much for joining us on our return. It's truly humbling. Miss Phoenix, thank you. DRB, always a pleasure. You know where we are. If you want some light-hearted fun on a Tuesday night, come join us. Holly, well, lovely to have Holly back. Rock, thank you, Rock. Always a pleasure having the Rock on. Who else have we had? I know we had Lord Doolan. He was about.
Lord Doolan, Neil,
of course. Neil J was there.
Lord Doolan, Lee Blackburn,
Lee Baker,
John
Simmons. God,
you don't like my music.
Yeah,
Amanda.
Yeah, Amanda was on. Weird. Yeah.
I think that's it for now.
Is that it? I think that was it.
It's been great though. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, isn't it?
Oh, it's been lovely to be back.
It's warmed the cockles and adjust. Neil says, thank you guys. Laugh out loud. Moments are plenty. Rock says, I would have been earlier, but we were enjoying some Chinese.
I could go some Chinese.
So could I.
I might go and buy some Chinese food.
DRB
oh, no, you can't. Whoa, it's Tuesday, the Chinese Sunday. How did he get food? What? Interesting. So Tuesdays are the Chinese people's Sunday. Where they close a lot of them close their shops. A lot of Chinese people close their shops. Not a lot of them.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let us know, Rock. How did you get your food? Yeah. DRB says, I love you guys. Love you too, DRB. Hope you're well. And Holly says, let's get pissed at work. Would make it more interesting, wouldn't it? Anyway, right, let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do join the Discord. The link is in the top of the chat. If you want to continue the conversation outside of the show. What I didn't say, please do like and subscribe. Please do all that good stuff. And also, there is, where the hell is it? Where's my overlay? Of course, you can support the podcast by heading over to Ko-fi.com and buying Jimmy and I a coffee for £3. That will get directly reinvested into the show. I neglected to mention that earlier, so apologies for that. But there's a whole host of options where you can support us. Jimmy the Saint, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure, mate. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. Until then, please take care and goodbye.